Did you know your heart has its own brain? That's right. You heard me. Your heart doesn't just pump blood. It's actually a command center communicating with your mind and your body in ways that science is only truly beginning to understand. Now, I want you to imagine harnessing the power of quantum physics and heart intelligence to master your own emotions, reduce your stress, and transform your life. It's possible. I know it sounds revolutionary, but it really isn't. Well, buckle your seats, beautiful souls, because today we are getting into it. We are diving into the fascinating world of quantum heart coherence. It's where science meets spirituality for emotional mastery. Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of Mindful Monday. I'm Erica Trinell, your host, that's right, also known as the Mindful Mistress, here to help you elevate your vibration and transform your life. Now, you know me, I love sharing unique perspectives to help us break free of the prism of limitations. And today's topic is no different. It's one of my absolute favorite because it's really where cutting edge science meets ancient spiritual wisdom, which is my jam. Quantum heart coherence. My goal by the end of this episode is you'll be able to not only understand what heart coherence is, but also learn simple yet practical techniques to help bring it into your life so we can achieve the emotional balance that we're all looking for, that namaste, that peace at any moment, at any means, and by any means necessary, especially with what is going on in society today. So let's start with the science of it. Did you know that your heart actually generates an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside your body? That's crazy. It isn't something like woo woo, but it's actually backed by science. Heart Math Institute. In fact, your heart's rhythm isn't actually random. It reflects your emotional state. So when you're feeling anxious or stressed, your heart rhythm starts to look a little bit chaotic. Duh, like a stormy sea. But when you're calm, when you're relaxed, when you're centered, when you're grounded, and maybe you're filled with gratitude or love, these rhythms become smooth and synchronized beats. This is what we call heart coherence. And even more fascinating is the heart and brain connection. The heart actually sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. Now, I know that sounds weird, but stay with me here. So this means that your heart has a direct impact on your mental clarity, your focus, your emotions. It's almost as if the heart has a little brain of its own. Well, that's what it's referenced in science, that your heart has an its own like intrinsic cardiac nervous system. So just like our bodies have a nervous system, which I think is pretty cool, right? Okay, I know I'm a little bit of a geek. Like I said, my background is in biology, the master's in public health. So this is what you get. But stay with me here because I'm going to show you how we can leverage what's going on in our bodies. So, when we now layer on the quantum physics aspects, emotions, what are they really? You know, at the core, our emotions are actually just energy in motion, and they carry with it a specific frequency. For example, feelings like your joy, your gratitude, they vibrate at higher frequencies, while emotions like anger or fear, they resonate at lower frequencies. But here's where it gets a little bit mind blowing, if I haven't blown your mind already. You know, the observer effect of quantum physics tells us that the actual act of observing something actually changes our own state. So, simply said, by watching somebody go through something traumatic, by being with your partner or spouse who is happy and joyous, that energy gets transferred to you as well. So when we observe our emotional state with true awareness and intent, we can really begin to shift it by tuning into our own heart center, our heart space, where our emotions turn into higher vibrations, and we can control that. So in other words, in plain sense, we can be like alchemists. Well, we are alchemists. We can alchemize our emotional pain into a healing energy. Now, how, you ask? I'm going to get to that. But I think that that is so empowering, and it's a game changer when you really sit and think about it. Now, you might have to stop, pause, and then come back to this video when the time is ready, because like all things, we might hear it once and it doesn't really sit with us, or maybe there are some blockages or some past pain or trauma that automatically wants to protect us from this type of information. And maybe later, once we're able to resolve and work through that, the message that I'm saying will actually get through. But I believe I'm planting a seed. I believe I'm giving some medicine. And sometimes not all medicine is good to take, right? Sometimes some medicine is nasty. Like Mary Poppins said, a spoonful full of sugar helps that medicine go down for sure. All right, so let's talk about the how. The one thing to understand about coherence is that you can achieve it, you can control it. And some practices that you can utilize for heart coherence are heart-centered breathing. So this technique is as simple really as it sounds. It's just closing your eyes, placing your hand on your heart, and taking slow, deep breaths. Now, maybe during this time, you want to imagine the breath flowing in and out of your heart space. This is just you getting in tune with your heart. You are creating that heart coherence. This helps shift your focus away from whatever is stressing you out in the moment. That does not matter. It brings you to your body. It brings you to the present moment. You connect with your own heart. We are creating the coherence almost instantly when you do this. So you don't have to do it now, but maybe you want to pause it and do it, or maybe you want to come back to it later. Another way is through emotional self-regulation. So once you're breathing through your heart, bring to your mind something extremely positive. Maybe it's your favorite place. Maybe it's a warm, fuzzy memory that you have. Bring that to your mind. And when you do this, what you're actually doing is not just calming yourself and your nervous system, but you're actually rewiring your brain to default to these higher frequency emotions. So take a moment, breathe in, think about that beautiful place. You can do this, pause the video. I'm fine with you pausing the video. I won't come and get you. Pause the video, take some time to imagine your favorite place and experience what this heart coherence has for you in this moment. You can start by doing it a few minutes a day and then gradually longer periods, or finding ways, I love this, finding ways to just infuse it throughout your day, throughout your life, when you realize, oh my gosh, I'm maybe experiencing a lower emotion and I want to experience a higher state. Now, please don't use this for spiritual bypassing. We do not want to do that. We want to be able to feel our emotions and process them, but we are able to have control and get to heart coherence. So let's talk about how we can really utilize this in every single day, whether we're utilizing technology as feedback, because there are apps, there are devices that operate using heart math and can tell us when our heart rate is elevated. And in that moment, you can practice some heart coherence, and you can watch in real time as your levels change. Things like your Fitbit, things like your Apple Watch, your Garmin whatever it is that you use. Maybe you actually have a like a strap that you use to manage that and to be able to see in real time. Creating space, creating an environment where you can have this emotional regulation, surrounding yourself with things like plants, people that uplift your spirit, calming music, lighting a candle, taking a walk in nature, or, whatever environment where you feel that higher frequency, creating that energy around you also helps you get into that heart coherence as well. And then, of course, if you do any of the practices we talked about today, it just takes that another level. You're just going in. So there you have it. I've given you two. We've talked about heart coherence, so you should at least know what it is, beautiful souls. And the quantum heart coherence, that's where science and spirituality meet in the most beautiful way. It's our way to be able to tap into the power of our heart and align it with the principles of quantum physics so we can elevate our emotions and experience maybe deeper relationships with ourselves, with others, or just experience greater peace in general. So if this at all resonated with you, even if you have to come back and then it resonates with you the second time you watch it, drop an emoji, leave a comment, let me know how you practice heart coherence. If you used your Fitbit or your Garmin to help you see it in real time. If you've never tried it, I invite you, I challenge you to just try it. And I would love to hear how it goes for you. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. I'm really trying to grow here. I'm trying to provide value, but it takes you guys to let me know whether this is valuable to not or not. So I need your feedback and your opinion. It is so valuable to me. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm Erica Trimnell, your mindful mistress, here to help us break free of our prism of limitations and get us to a high vibration, and showing us the tips and tricks and tools how we can do that for ourselves and not have to rely on any person, place, or thing to get it done for us. So that's all I have for us today. Thank you so much. Bye.